Okay, so I'm here with Rodrigo Teijeiro.
Yeah.
Let me show your badge. Here.
There we go.
And we are in Davos at the World Economic Forum. Just arrived, it's the first day. And so tell me your story, Rodrigo, quickly. So what's your profile? You have like the, just to put it clearly right now, the Facebook of Latin America, right?
Yeah, I'm from Argentina. We have a social network that has 32 million people. It's been
32 million.
32 million.
It's called Sonico.
Sonico. Been growing like crazy, mainly in Brazil, Mexico, and all the rest of the countries. I'm here basically helping out in one of the panels for social media regarding this revolution that's going on with traditional media and trying to see how
Also, you speak in Davos this year.
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
going to be speaking on Thursday.
And so, what's the difference between Sonico and Facebook? Why do we need a Latin American social
Well,
network?
today it's basically a race, right? It's a race to get critical mass in Latin America. The penetration is very low still, 25%. And what you have today is that you still have a tremendous amount of growth possibilities right now. And what we're going to be doing with Sonico is that we're going to be closing deals with different partners in Latin America and giving it a much better focus on that. I mean, having more specific apps that are related to the continent. We're going to be dividing the personal profile and a professional profile. So there's an evolution to the social
Also, it's a mix of Facebook and LinkedIn.
Yeah, it's something like that.
But why don't they use Facebook? Why do they use Sonico? Why do you have 32 million people? Is it because of a language? The touch is very local touch, which is different?
It's the viral aspect. It's how good the product has become. It's a lot about a lot of issues. Of course, you have Facebook as a brand. We're building the brand right now. And well, one of the reasons we're here also in Davos and we've been invited is because we're really creating a revolution in
Latin America.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so tell me about how people feel local in those sites. I hear that a lot, that in local sites they feel like they are they are not in something global actually. They need something which feels more local.
What it's kind of weird in Latin America is that you have like two different types of segments. You have the richer population that thinks that being Latin America is not cool. It's actually better to be global. But then you have the vast amount of people that are more nationalistic. I mean, you know the pride that we have in soccer and in Latin America and the things of the sort.
I heard.
So it's really important for us to actually put that and being Sonico based in Buenos Aires with a team of 90 people, it is something of pride in a sense that is making all this become a really big issue.
And so 32 million members, how do you monetize there? You have
We're monetized three ways. Advertising is number one. E-commerce. I come from an e-commerce background, basically with telco services and things of the sort, from recharging cell phones. 85% of the people in Latin America recharge their cell phones as prepaid. It's not like a subscription based, so we can sell prepaid on the site.
So you make most of your money through mobile payments?
We do. Not most. Most right now is advertising. Mobile is growing like crazy, and e-commerce is also a very interesting model.
How much revenues do you make?
We make various millions.
like tens or
we're reaching
or hundreds?
There. We're reaching. It's growing tremendously. We're making a lot of millions. Yeah.
Cool. And so how did you start? Did you have lots of funding or you bootstrapped yourself?
I actually started with practically no money, like 6 years ago, with a telco company, then e-cards, then birthday alarm. Then I created Sonico a year and a half ago. But I started with just the money that I had, and over a year I spent $40,000. But actually, once the site was up and running, that's when I actually got the money. So I executed, I showed it worked, I had the team, and just then I was able to get money.
Wow, that's a tremendous 32 million members without funding then. And so now, like we are in Davos, we're talking about the world economy and the crisis. So how do you see it from a Latin America perspective or Argentina perspective?
Well, in the case of Argentina, being from there, it's been very interesting, the issue that all these taxes, credits, and the sort that have occurred in the US and Europe, basically you don't have in Argentina because we weren't able to actually get credit in the last couple of years. So right now you have an economy that hasn't really received much credit and is in better shape, actually. You have most of the developing countries in better shape than you have the developed countries. They have more reserves.
So the latest crisis, financial crisis of like October 1st, has not touched you very much because you were at the bottom basically already.
It impacts
and no
because
credit.
devaluations are very big in Latin American countries. You have devaluations of 40%.
Wow.
So revenues really get impacted in that way. But besides that, there's another problem that would be commodities that are dropping tremendously as well that Latin America produces. But I think one big issue for society is that we're accustomed to crisis in Latin America. I think what you have here in the U.S. when I talk to people is that they're going crazy in a sense because this hasn't happened for many generations. In Latin America, you probably have one every 10 years, and we get accustomed to it,
so
and we just manage. You know, I'm internet, I compete globally, I'm from Argentina, so you can imagine crisis is the name of the game, basically.
So you learn to be in crisis, in permanent crisis,
so permanent crisis, yeah. Sorting obstacles all the time, and that's how I surf the real life.
So it's basically an opportunity for the entrepreneurs there in those regions, you think, these days?
I always see opportunities everywhere. I mean, there always is. I mean, whenever there's a crisis, there is an opportunity.
Give me an advice for one entrepreneur watching this video. What is the most important for you?
I think the most important is doing what you like, passion, and really having the possibility that today you can practically do anything online. It's incredibly cheap to start a business company, an internet company. You have, you could monetize it rather quickly. You could do it from your home. You could do it with a team of just 2 people or yourself. And you can compete globally. I mean, we're Sonico from Buenos Aires, and we're competing with what they compare it to be Google in the case of Facebook.
Yeah.
It can't be done.
Wow.
It can't be done.
And what would you be doing if you were not doing as Sonico? Like, can we steal an idea from you? Like, give me a cool creation idea that someone can pick and just do.
Actually, I like a lot of fields, and genetics is one of them. So I think I would go more in genetics and technology.
Wow.
I don't think it would be exactly in the internet.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thank you, Rodrigo.
Thank you very
and
much.
Good luck. Now take over the world.
Okay.